built by Rednecks with wrenches on my driveway. I don't know how to weld. I'm not a good carpenter. I'm not a very good electrician, but I know how to watch YouTube videos.
Hey, this is Philip Van Russell with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and I'm here at Overland Expo East, and I found the coolest or craziest truck that I've ever seen. I can't decide which one it is, so you guys are going to have to decide for me. We're going to meet the genius behind this truck, and we're going to start it right now.
Howdy, this is Steve Bacque, the Crazy Cranford Cowboy, with my 2002 Ford F-150 King Ranch, known as the Redneck Rolls. Liquor in the front, poker in the rear. So we'll start up here at the front. This is Raptor bed liner paint. This entire truck is all DIY'd by me and my buddies. Rednecks with wrenches on the driveway. So here we have our front grill guard. This was a $30 fine at a junkyard. Below this, we got a LED light bar, 2 KC lights, a 12,000-pound recovery winch. This winch is removable. You can unpin it, pull it out, and put it in the rear receiver hitch. You can pull yourself out forward or backwards. Back to the Raptor bed liner paint. This is UV resistant, won't scratch, fade, crack, peel, and also prevents rust. This thing will probably outlast us. Up on the roof, if there was any doubt, obviously the sign says, "I am a redneck." Okay, then we've got the bullhead. We have a 15-gallon pressurized water tank right behind the bullhead here for my pop-out shower that we'll get to over here in a minute. Also, we have 2 5-gallon jerry cans up on the roof that gravity feed to my main tank with a T-valve. I don't even climb up there to fill those jerry cans on the roof. I fill the 2 jerry cans on my rear swing-out bumper, use a liquid transfer pump the gas from the 2 on my bumper to the 2 up top, turn a T-valve, flows right into my main gas tank. Here we have 6-gun door handles for decoration. This is giant bob wire made out of metal conduit. Then we have a very unique custom interior. This is all hand-tooled leather, cowhide headliner, even matching hand-tooled leather floor mats, more decorative Western decorations throughout the interior of the truck. Even have custom saddlebags on the back seats. It is known, like I said, as the Redneck Rolls, mobile man cave, liquor in the front, poker in the rear. We have a full-size spare with lights on it back here on a swing-out bumper, 2 5-gallon jerry cans. Like I said, this is what fuels the 2 jerry cans on the roof that gravity feeds into my main tank. In the bed of the truck, there's a reason we call it the Redneck Rolls Mobile Man Cave, liquor in the front, poker in the rear, because here are the 50 caliber pull tabs with the liquor dispensers right next to the barrel of moonshine. Next to the Seagram 7 and the Jim Venus, my humidor for my Cuban cigars. Next to that is a bottle of 25-year-old Glencairn Scotch. Right beyond that is the poker chips, folding poker table, folding bed bench platform. This is a folding motorcycle hitch receiver, folds up, gets pinned up out of the way. Little table folds down. The horse goes right into the bed of the truck. These ramps get pinned right here, and it gets winched right into the bed of the truck. The ramps fit in these custom boxes made on the side. On this side of the truck, we have our generator right here behind the box. Another additional set of ramps, hand recovery tools, the pop-out shower tent for the 15 gallons of pressurized water up on the roof, and of course another full-size spare. I figured I wasn't going to do this to a nice new truck. I was going to do it to an old beat-up 20-year-old truck with a couple 100,000 miles already on it. It's like a coil-over that goes on your heavy-duty leaf springs. It quadruples the amount of weight that you can put in the bed of your truck. but it also adds a minimum of 3,000 pounds towing capacity to your truck. Okay, so with the weight that I have on here, and then when the horse is in there, I needed this to help beef up my suspension. Also on here I have the One Click Extreme Z-Stop toe brakes, the heaviest duty brakes you can get. I'm about to swap out the axles on this. I'm taking the axles and springs off of my F350 Super Duty and throwing it on here and lifting it. These are 35s right now. I'm going to 42s on 20-inch rims. I'm already 9'6". By the time I'm done, I'm gonna be getting close to probably 11 feet. And I gotta go, why I'm going with the bigger, heavier axles, I can put bigger, wider tires. I'm a little top heavy, especially with water sloshing around up on the roof rack, which kind of makes you unstable, everything. So to go wider, I have to go taller, and to go taller, I have to lift. But these are 35s on stock suspension, but when I did the heavy duty lift springs and that Roadmaster active suspension, it got me about 2 inches. So technically it's really not stock anymore, but not quite a lift. I'm short and I'm staying up in there, and I'm like, I'm not even having to hunch over. I'm like, I could make this into a camper when the horse is not in it. And so we kept going. Let me get up in there and show you how this sucker works. Tailgate ladders are wonderful as you get older. It'd be very hard for me at my age and bad back to get up here otherwise. So, metal crate welded to the hitch receiver, and then I put saddlebags. I've got a survival knife, another survival knife, a canteen, a couple of first aid kits, some rope, flashlight, little axe, another first aid kit, little garbage bag, whistle, you name it. But it all just hangs right here, nice and easy. These legs, I have to reattach them, just swing down and give the little platform stability for me to sleep on. Winch is what takes the horse in and out of the bed. Another LED light bar. Holds right up and down. Like I said before, here is my moonshine in the barrel. 250 caliber pull tabs for my liquor dispensers. Just, there you go. Humidor for my cigars. This was full last night. We sat around the campfire with my little 25-year-old Glenn Cleveland.
You pass inspection with this truck?
It depends on where.
What state?
Nice.
Mexico?
And here I've got my poker chips for the poker table. Of course, here's the bed. Then I've got my John Wayne liquor dispenser that's also full of some really good stuff. And of course, I'm a big fan of John Wayne, this type of deal. And so, yeah, this is the bed of the truck.
How's the whiskey?
This comes down when this is closed. When the horse is not in here, tailgate goes up. And now I'll get to how we do the ramps. This flagpole extends all the way up to 42 feet. Can hold 2 flags. It's solar powered, illuminates the American flag and Marine Corps flag starting at dusk and goes off at dawn all by itself. Here we have our generator right there for additional electric. We're putting 200 watts of solar up on the roof with solar panels with a trickle charger to another battery besides the generator, so I believe in redundancy. Solar power, additional battery, and a generator, plus I have shore lines on each side of the truck. On each side, I can pull out the cord and plug in. Obviously, hand recovery tools, high lift jack, can crusher. This is my pop-out shower tent for the 15 gallons of pressurized water. Have a little luggable loo, so that's my bathroom, my shower, changing room, everything right here. Of course, we talked about the interior a little bit. Just another shot. Now let's get to the main attraction, the horse/bull. It transforms. Here it is as a bull in Madison Square Garden on Fox 5 News in New York City, popping a wheelie doing 42 miles an hour down the sidewalk. We've been on about 285 other TV programs and over 200 million views, means, and shares on social media. This is the second of the horses that I've built. Did you check out the license plate? And what's below the license plate? Now we'll pop the hood.
Truck nuts.
We gotta wait a little bit.
Here we have a 450cc, about 14 to 15 horsepower Predator gas engine. These wheelie bars are not for show. It does pop a wheelie like you saw here on Fox 5 News. And yes, this is a nitrous tank. It does two things. Obviously, what do people with race cars use nitrous for? To go really fast. That's what I do with this, but it also has a secondary purpose. This nitrous tank fills this small air tank up underneath. I set the PSI to 120. It'll shoot 8 tennis balls at a time or 2 t-shirts at a time, 450 feet out its tail. I still have the bull tail on here. I take off the saddle, take off the horse head, take the bull head over my moon roof, off with 4 bolts. The horse becomes a bull. And when it's running, the legs actually articulate. I ran out of space for my camp kitchen with the truck, so I'm building my chuck wagon. My chuck wagon sits on the front tongue of my other wagon, so I have my complete camp kitchen. I could stand here on the platform, be able to cook, and when this is all finished, my Blackstone grill will be right here at the right level. Another horse the same size that is already built will fit perfectly in the back of this. It's going to have the hoops with a canvas cover. When the horse is not in here, I have bench seats that fold down. I could take kids for a hayride. The horse actually has a hitch. I hook it up to the front of the trailer, and the horse literally pulls the trailer. The horse rides in the trailer getting to events. Take the horse out, he can pull the trailer, give hay rides. I can have another horse in the bed of the truck and pull my chuck wagon, or I can keep the chuck wagon on the front of this as a covered wagon. I'm actually putting actual wooden wagon wheels on here. I had to cut the bottoms to make it flat, and we're doing metal hoops with canvas, so it'll actually look like a real covered wagon, but multifunctional. And are you ready for this? I'm modifying a pop-up tent to be inside the metal hoops of the covered wagon as basically a hidden additional place to sleep. I do a lot of rodeos, fairs, carnivals, this kind of thing on the weekends, and during the middle of the week I go out to Bureau of Land Management land, state and national parks, and camp out. And on the weekends I'm busy doing rodeos, fairs, carnivals, corporate events, parties, you name it, car shows, overland expos, truck pulls, truck and tractor pulls, you name it, whoever's willing to pay me, I'm there. I have been to 49 of the 50 states. We've done the lower 48 in this truck and drove all the way through Canada up to Alaska and back. I have not been able to figure out how to drive it to Hawaii. I was thinking a couple of pontoons, but I don't know if I'd have enough room for gas to get me all the way there. But give me time.
Did the horse come first?
The horse came first.
So where did the idea for the horse come from?
Okay, so I've had 3 major back surgeries. 100% disabled Marine veteran. And I've had 3 major back surgeries, L4, L5, S1. They told me I needed a mobility scooter to get around. And so I'm like, if I'm going to be the old fat guy at the mall riding around on a little scooter, I got to have one that better fits me and my personality. Rodeo cowboy, Marine, toy designer from Texas. So I made a horse. But the other thing was too, I grew up on a ranch. I was used to having horses all the time. My wife says you cannot have a horse in Cranford, New Jersey, in the suburbs, you know, New Jersey, right outside New York City. So you can't have a horse. I'm like, she didn't say I couldn't build one. I found a loophole. And so I built the horse. You see where the hair is beaten off the hide? Yeah. I used to just cover him up with the tarp in the back of the truck before all this was built. The tarp literally beat the hair off the hide. So I'm like, okay, I need to enclose him into something. The basics of the whole back end of this, it started off as an 8-foot heavy-duty metal ladder rack and headache rack. I'm a short bed. I had to cut it and weld it back together to fit my short bed. Then I found the fiberglass camper shell. That was off of a Toyota Tacoma, but it fit, so I bolted and welded it down. Built the boxes on the sides to hold the ramp. Put in a little winch from Harbor Freight and a little LED light bar, and started bringing him in there while I was working on. I'm like, I can stand up in here. I'll make it to a camper. And that's what we did. So my wife of 32 years was diagnosed with breast cancer about 7 years ago. Then we thought she was clear for about 5-6 years. She was about to retire from her job of 38 years, did basic blood work, saw the cancer was back. It had already metastasized, went through her entire lymph node system. And from there, it was like a 2-year downhill slide. And I lost her July 30th. When she was going through chemo and radiation, she'd be really tired, so I had to take care of her, but she would sleep 16, 18 hours a day. I needed to be close, but I needed something to do and take my mind off of this. So I would do one little project at a time on the truck or the horse or the wagon, just for something to do. Most of the stuff I found for free or really low cost on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, swap meets, garage sales, yard sales, believe it or not, even people's trash piles. A lot of the metal that I used to build everything and weld together, I got for free. People were giving away metal bed frames. I would just take my awl saw and cut the wheels off and use the angle iron and weld stuff together. Most of this stuff I either got for free or dirt cheap. You could build something kind of unique if you, and I'm not that handy, but I taught myself how to weld by watching YouTube videos. If I had an electrical issue, I would Google how to do this, you know, this type of thing. The internet's great. It's not professional. It doesn't look professional. Nothing's fallen off yet. You know? Everything seems to work, and if it breaks down, I try to figure out and ask my buddies. This thing's been built by rednecks with wrenches. It's real redneck engineering, but figure out what it is you want to do. I wanted to travel across the country, take my mind off of losing my wife, and go out and do this, and kind of like a healing trip across the country to the state and national parks with my special needs autistic son. And this is what we're doing.
All right, there you go. What do you think about this one? It's a little bit nuts. It's a little bit genius. I can't decide. We're going to have you guys decide. So let us know in the comments. What do you think about this amazing truck? Is this the craziest thing you've ever seen? Or do you want to build one yourself? You let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We got much more coming from Overland Expo East coming soon. So if you like this type of content, just smash the like button, hit the little bell, and you'll get more alerts when we have the Overland content coming. So as always, we want to thank you guys for watching, and we will see you down the road.